So at Implicity, we already provide the cardiologist with a platform that gathers all the data from pacemakers and other connected devices in cardiology. The first AI we develop is a productivity AI that helps healthcare professionals to triage all the data that come from such devices. The second kind of AI we develop is prediction AI that helps basically to predict adverse events in cardiology in order for the physician to prevent them.
Today, I wanted to talk about one solution, which is called Onconum, and which is a data platform that we are building in order to help doctors and pharmaceutical players extract all the value of real-world data from hospital data, notably.
So SophiA Genetics is a health tech data analytics company. We're active in oncology, rare diseases, and other hereditary disorders. So our mission is to democratize data-driven medicine. We started in 2011 by helping the new NGS sequencer users to compute their genomic data. And so we built an artificial intelligence-powered platform that helps digitize and analyze the NGS data, if you so want. Today, our solution in genomics analysis are used by 1,000 clients, which are either hospitals or laboratories in over 85 countries. And they essentially use it to compute their NGS data today. What we're then building on top of that platform is new data stacks. We have a big activity in radiomics, which is turning radiological images into data in the context of cancer care. And so now what we're doing is we're deploying these data stacks on top of our platform so that you can combine genomics, radiomics, and clinical information into a high quality, secure platform that's in the cloud and help explore those data stacks to find signatures that can predict disease evolution and or response to therapy.
So right now, we already know that remote monitoring of patients with devices, implantable devices in cardiology, decrease mortality by 40%. The main problem is adoption by healthcare professionals. And one of these issues is basically because they don't have time to process all the incoming data in order to have all their patients enrolled in this system. So that's basically a scalability problem. So that's where productivity AI comes into place. And of course, prediction AI on the second stage improve outcomes of patients because of new capabilities.
So our solution really helps at helping healthcare players accelerate the time of research and dig into all the hidden treasures of past data. So we developed this solution after 4 years of research and development with Strasbourg's University Hospital, and we are now able to use both structured and unstructured data, such as multidisciplinary meeting notes or even medical imaging. And to give you one example, we have been able to help analyze 15,000 breast cancer records after a 20 years follow-up, and publish 8 scientific papers on different studies after just 2 years of using this technology. And now we are also helping pharmaceutical actors use this solution via Quantametry as a trusted third party in order to help gain and extract all the value from this real-world data.
First, we help compute high complexity information like genomics data with a high degree of quality. Second, we generate new insights from existing data like radiomics based on radiology images where the data is not being used to its fullest potential today. And then third, we are combining this data to create new insights that do not exist today.
So I think one of the limits, of course, is the regulation, because most of the AI in healthcare is a medical device software. So that's fine. We just need, to industrialize it. But at some point in Europe, compared to FDA clearance, things are different. So that's probably the first thing we need to address: to what extent the CA regulation right now is appropriate for going to the market. And I think the second highest barrier is about monetization for innovation in healthcare. When you provide multiple benefits for patients, for hospitals, for physicians, in terms of time spent, etc., sometimes it's difficult to choose which kind of value you want to monetize, and it's a long run in order to get to the access to the market, and get access to reimbursement. So I would say overall, The problem with Europe is we don't have a homogeneous market. So most companies need to go straight to the US. And that's probably some opportunity we miss for domestic startups and innovation we have here.
First limit is, of course, the legal process. It took us more than a year between the moment we had the idea of this project and the first line of code that we were able to write, because we need to have all the authorization from the French CNIL, also inform the patients, and it's a process that can take some time. And I think one of the other limits is also sometimes a certain lack of familiarity with what an AI project is and how it can be led. And this is something that can also slow down certain projects. And this is why at Quantametry we have been building training institutes in order to train and evangelize key opinion leaders and also key stakeholders in order to know what an AI project is, how we can use it concretely, and also be more acquainted with all the potential that is behind AI. And one other accelerator that we believe is really important is also all the projects that are able to accelerate the access to medical data. One example is that we are working now with the French Health Data Hub, which is really an excellent initiative in order to accelerate access to healthcare data. And it is something that we believe is really vital, because if we don't do it, we will be working tomorrow on the algorithm that will be trained on the medical data coming from the US or from China. And it's really a pity because we have one of the best healthcare systems in the world. So this is really something we should focus on.
On this multimodal aspect of combining data to generate new insights, there's definitely a big focus for us today on generating the evidence to demonstrate clinical utility. I think that's the core focus. A second downstream focus will be on how do we make physicians comfortable in using these AI-based tools to help predict either disease evolution or treatment outcomes. And I think there's a lot of education to be done around what AI is and what it can and cannot do. And probably that will go through a new class of physicians that are also more digitally educated from the start of the studies as well, in making good use of these tools in the future.